it from either one of you. I'll do it. I'll fucking kill it.
We can't have that.
Nice shooting.
'90 saw the return of Robocop in Robocop 2. The sequel doesn't suffer from lack of talent. Peter Weller and Nancy Allen return as their roles of Murphy and Lewis, with Tom Noonan as Cain, the main antagonist. It's directed by Irvin Kirschner, who did Empire Strikes Back and Never Say Never Again, and the screenplay is written by comic legend Frank Miller, who did The Dark Knight Returns and Sin City. This time around, the evil OCP Corporation is trying to buy Detroit out from under the government, and will stop at nothing to achieve their evil corporate goals. Robocop 2 blends sci-fi, horror, noir, and comedy, and it's something you've got to see.
Isn't this a school day?
Human life is pretty cheap in the future dystopia of Detroit, and this is reinforced by the several fake commercials that the movie shows. When someone tries to steal your car in the future, how are you going to stop them? Well, if you have a Magnavolt anti-theft device in your vehicle, you're completely covered. It will strap in the offending criminal with steel straps and electrocute them till they're dead. And all you need to do to get back on the road is remove the dead body. Easy peasy.
And it won't even run down your battery.
Magnavolt. Lethal response.
Can't shoot a kid, can you, fucker?
One of the main bad guys is a 12-year-old boy for some reason. Yeah, you heard that. A kid is the boss, second in command of the criminal organization terrorizing Detroit with violence and drugs in a tween boy. The best thing is that absolutely no one mentions the age of the kid. He dresses, speaks, and acts like a regular seasoned criminal. People take his orders. He engages in shootouts with cops. He dresses in suits. He acts like a normal 30-year-old criminal. It's as if at the last minute the production team of Robocop 2 just decided to sub in a kid for one of the main bad guys and didn't change anything else in the script. It's strange and awesome.
Guess you're in some pretty deep shit.
A year before James Cameron put Schwarzenegger on a Harley-Davidson Fat Boy in Terminator 2, Robocop was cruising in style on an FX STC Softail Custom. There's nothing like a cyborg on a hog, and Robo proves this by getting into a game of chicken/joust with the bad guy Cain, who is in some kind of armored dump truck. So Robo crashes into it head-on, and with no restraining device, goes straight through the windshield and apprehends the villain.
Your move, creep.
So Robocop is either made of like mithril or adamantium or something. He takes some serious punishment this time around, but he keeps on ticking all the way through. He gets shot about 500 times, blown up with a rocket launcher on 2 separate occasions, sawn in half, throws off the top of a skyscraper, plasma torched, hammered, gassed, smashed with a beam, and generally disrespected. This is not a problem for an intrepid cyborg, as he comes through just fine to live his catchphrase,
We're only human.
If he just talked things out with people instead of firing that big gun of his.
Couldn't he take a little time to address environmental issues?
Excuse me, what was that?
He could speak out on environmental issues.
Halfway through Robocop, Omni Consumer Products manages to get their hands on him and decide that he's getting in the way of their plans of world domination. Instead of deactivating him, they just reprogram him to be a nice robot instead of the relentless shoot-em-up bad guy killing machine.
It's a beautiful morning.
It's pretty funny to watch our hero change his voice as he tries to reason with Detroit bad guys instead of, shooting them. Eventually, he uses a large jolt of electricity to reset himself, but not before he gets spray painted by a bunch of kids in the neighborhood. OCP tries unsuccessfully to replicate Robocop, and the test subjects keeps losing their minds and going haywire. This is when they ask themselves, what if we've been using the wrong people? They decide to try a drug-addicted psychopath instead, with the premise that withholding drugs from him will keep him under control. And this doesn't go well, and Robocop 2 goes on a rampage around Detroit with his minigun arms, killing what feels like another 500 people before Robocop takes him out. The head of OCP calmly steps over the piles of bodies and leaves in a limousine. End of movie. What happens next? Does Robocop go to a bar and swill cyborg cocktails? Most of the criminals have been taken out by Robocop, and most of the innocent people have been killed by Robocop too. So is there anyone left in Detroit? Will the police department upgrade their cruisers from what are very clearly just matte black 1988 Crown Victorias? We'll have to watch Robocop 3 to find out. If you have seen the film, then let us know what you thought about it in the comments below. And make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on the latest Cyberpunk videos where we tell you what you've got to see.
Thank you for not smoking.